Yeah man, a real bomber clad. This is Kiona Studio from the world. Pure nigga on the microphone. Forever and ever. Y vamos por el volumen 12 family. Representando la calle every day. Nigga. Respect from the world. No. Original. Wanna ganja smokers in a Babylon. Ganja from the soakers. Give me telephone. Wanna ganja smokers on a Babylon. I'm a respect from the studio of Kion. Hey, Rastafari, nigga. Hey. Pa' mirarme de ese modo no hace falta que me mire. Pa' decir solo mentiras, mejor será que me olvide. De calles ya asimiles, que como tú ya vi miles. Que te quise demasiado pa' que vengas y vaciles. Échate pa' un lado, que miro desenfocado. Que de tanta tontería uno se queda tontado. Demasiado castigado por haberme comportado como un hombre de verdad y no como un desgraciado. Sueño con verte de nuevo, aunque luego tu juego destruya mi alma. Solo digo ribi dam dam después de que el fuego consuma mi calma. ¿Qué más me da ganar? ¿Qué más me da perder? Si por ti di toda mi vida y parte de mi ser. Sueño con despertar y así podré entender que todo sale mal si no lo piensas bien. Really on the music Babylon. Hey, you on the studio forever never. Respect on the music on the earth, nigga. Hey, wanna ganja smokers in a Babylon. Give me to your soakers. Give me telephone. Wanna ganja smokers on the Babylon. Respect, this is the music, huh? Can't wait to sit you on the microphone forever. Rap it from the music. Wanna ganja smokers in a Babylon. Give me to the soakers. Give me telephone. Wanna ganja smokers in a Babylon. Wanna ganja soakers. A studio of you on. Yeah. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your eye. Get up, stand up. Stand up for your eye. Siempre representando el mismo sonido, el del corazón. Kiona Studio, la música del puto alma, nigga. Yeah, man. Bomba, claro.
Copyright disclaimer. This content does not belong to Bible Chronicles or claim this intellectual property. The content provided today has and always will belong to the content owner. Bible Chronicles does not have any affiliation with the owner of this property. As mentioned, Bible Chronicles did not intend to make use of any material for the purpose of harvesting gain. However, Title 17 of United States copyright law states material in use can only be done when it's for theological or general educational purposes, and thus Bible Chronicles believes that this principal material falls under fair use, which honors protection under Section 107 of the same U.S. copyright law.
Isaiah chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions, and the house of Jacob their sins. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, I guess nobody's here to join me for some cup of coffee, huh? I must be that boring. Anyways, you guys are gonna see me wear glasses today because I found out that these little puppies here, actually help me out. Okay, so not that I'm trying to be cool or anything, but I see the glare and I'm getting blind. And hey, shalom, bro. And True 619. All praises. San Diego area code. Anyway, so I'm not trying to be cool, guys. It's just again, I'm seeing very blurry, and I was told it's because I see screens all the time. And somebody recommended these glasses. They're like, they got brown. It's not black. It's kind of like UV, whatever. Anyways, doesn't matter. Anyway, I'm just giving you guys a reason why I'm wearing glasses today. That being said, let's begin. I'm not trying to spend too much time on this here, real quick. The other class we left off where Obama's baby's mama was the number one deportator, if that's a word. I don't think it's a word, but I find it interesting. So let me at least touch on something real quick, and I think it's very important. And I think it's also very stupid of them. So this whole thing about these, and this isn't the topic.
No,
but,
the original indigenous.
But these you wobbles, man, y'all are really stupid. I'm gonna call you that as that for real. Here's why. Here's why. Okay. So listen to me. We can squash all of these stupid arguments about whether you guys are the people of the Bible or not. I mean, I'm sorry, the people of the Americas. We can just go to the diet. Just go to your diet. If you guys are the people of this continent, where is your diet? Where are your beans? Where is your avocados? Where is your tomatoes? Where is your potatoes? Where is your parsley, your cilantro, your onions, your rábanos, right? Where is all of these foods? All of this cuisine? Where's your corn? Where's your masa? Where's your tortillas? Where is this diet that you say belongs to you? I don't give a damn about these pictures. I don't care that they may look dark skinned or not, because I got family that looks darker than me. But what I'm trying to say is this: where's your effing diet? You trying to tell me that we took that too? We took that diet too? I mean, are you that stupid that you were really, that us so-called Mongols took your stuff? No, you guys eat chitlins, collard greens, ham, what's that other, cornbread? Where is it? That is your diet. That is not even of the Americas. And a matter of fact, your famous Dr. Sebi learned how to get better from our people. And it was our brother that told him, where are you from? Asked him, where are you from? He's like, oh, from Honduras. I'm like, no. Where are you really from? Because you don't look like me. Africa. So the food that you're eating here in this continent is why you guys are delirious. So get it through your head. Show me your diet. Forget about all of these pictures and all of this stuff, because guess what? But the same books that you guys read are completely being debunked. But let's listen in. Again, this isn't the topic. I just want to touch on it. Let's go.
Indigenous people of North America were not black. The Olmecs, the Aztecs, the Mayans, they weren't black. The Vikings weren't black. It wasn't black Africans who built the pyramids in the Americas. It's the radical Afrocentrists that are trying to change history, that are trying to steal people's cultures. And whenever people say anything about this, it's, oh, you're racist. Because we're correcting history, because we don't want our own histories wiped out for your convenience.
Stop playing games. This is a Negro. All right? We know y'all gonna deny it, but this is a Negro. Why?
There goes a wabo. Shalom, Rick. Shalom, bro. That's a Negro. This is from a book of Ivan Sertima, which he even said it himself. It was just to bubble you Negroes up a little bit, to give you some kind of history, to let you, don't be so stale with your diet. This picture is of Ivan Sertima's book. Again, Forget about the pictures, forget about the writers. One thing you can't take away from is diet. No matter what enslavement you put people through, diet, because we were enslaved as well. Like you said, we were. We were sent over here in ships. If you say we're Mongols, but yet in Asia they don't have our diet, but we're Mongols. In Africa they don't have our diet, but you're from here. Matter of fact, I'll even say this: if Christopher Columbus, because of the papal bull, keep in mind that Spain had one area and Portugal had another area, which means Portugal had Africa. If Christopher Columbus sailed to America and he saw Negro-looking people, he would have kept going, because he would have said, I'm still in Africa, because this belongs to the Portuguese. You guys need to do your history. Gosh, but let's continue. It's stupidity. I find it very soothing, because at least I know now that we're not as stupid as these people are. Let's go.
But watch this. Let's read about them. It says 3 late Olmec Negroid stone carvings from Guatemala. Negroid. They understand this already. Y'all just don't want to accept it. I'm going to prove to you that the Mayans were Negroes. Watch this. I'm going to do it. I'm nipping it in.
Just because they're brown doesn't mean they're Negro Africans. Okay? You guys don't have that phenotype. Your African phenotype. You're saying you got flat heads? Is that what you're saying? That your heads are flat? No, your heads are not flat. You're shaped like like round, like oval. You know what I'm saying? It goes back. All of a sudden now, oh, they're brown. They must be Africans. Shut your face up.
In the bud, this is my last time doing this. So watch this, y'all. This book is called They Came Before Columbus.
Came Before Columbus is from Ivan Sertima, a pseudo historian, debunked, and he's white from his daddy's daddy. Y'all are stupid. Let's go.
Watch this. It says it should be mentioned in this connection that the serological surveys of the Lacandon Indians, the most secluded of the Maya tribes. This is the most secluded Mayan tribe in American history. These people have virtually no contact with the outside world. All right, watch this. Let's jump down. It says Negroid characteristics have been found in their blood, although they have not been known to mix with outsiders in post-Columbian times.
With so-called Afro puff, but if you look at this face, he don't look like a Negro. My gosh, darn. A ver, que alguien me explique. Please, man. Anyways, that was just wanting me to talk about that real quick. All right, so now let's get to it. Here, I'm gonna get this real quick. Because this is, and remember, I'm going an hour. Remember, I'm doing this in segments. Okay, so let's read this real quickly. 2nd Ezra 12:1, because this is technically what we're going with this. Let me see that real quick, bro. Hey, Shalom, Meshi. They so stupid how they all got these pictures. They should study color in Mesoamerican prior to invasion. They will then know why some use black body paint. Pendejos. I know, huh? Hold on a second.
Bruh.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Wabos, that's who they are.
Gotcha, bitch.
All right, let's read. This is regarding what is going on right now. As you guys know, there's wars now in Israel and Hamas. They're fighting, right? I'm gonna get into it. So let's begin. 2nd Ezra 12:1, it says, and it came to pass while the lion spake these words unto this the eagle, I saw. I'm sorry, hold on. Where's my phone? Okay. While the lions spake these words unto the eagle, I saw, and behold, the head that remaineth and the 4 wings appeared no more, and the 2 went unto it and set themselves up to reign, and their kingdom was small and filled of uproar. Hold on a second. Filled of uproar. Hold on. Okay. And it says, and I saw, and behold, there appeared no more, and the whole body of the eagle was burnt, so that the earth was in great fear. Then awaked I out of the trouble and trance of my mind, and from great fear, and said unto my spirit, Lo, this thou hast done unto me, in that thou searchest out of the ways of the highest. Lo, yet I am weary in my mind, and very, weak in my spirit, and little strength is there in me, for the great fear wherewith I was afflicted this night. Therefore will I now beseech the highest, that he will comfort me unto the end. And I said, Lord, that beareth rule, if I find grace before thy sight, hold on a second, let me put that. If I find grace before thy sight, and if I am justified with thee before many others, and if my prayer indeed be come up before thy face, comfort me then, and show me thy servant the interpretation and plain difference of these fearful visions, that thou mayest perfectly comfort my soul. For thou hast judged me worthy to show me the last times. And he said unto me, this is the interpretation of the vision. Now, some of us do pray for these things, and it's not to have more wisdom than anybody else. This is just for personal understanding, for guiding our ways, our household more than anything, and in the brethren. It says, the eagle, whom thou sawest come up from the sea, is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of thy brother Daniel, like in Daniel 2. But it was not expounded unto him. Therefore now I declared unto thee. So he saw the four kingdoms, but he didn't see the eagle as the four kingdoms. He saw the three animals, but not the fourth animal, which was the eagle. Okay? Keep that in mind. Then it says here, is the kingdom which was seen in the vision of brother Daniel, but it was not expounded unto him. Therefore now I declared unto thee, behold, the days will come that there shall rise up a kingdom upon the earth, and it shall be feared above all the kingdoms that were before it. In the same 12 king reigns one after the, in the same shall 12 kings reign one after another. We're talking about Rome, okay? Wherefore of the second shall begin to reign, and there shall be no more, there shall more, and shall have more time than any of the 12. This is the second king. If I'm not mistaken, it's talking about, I don't want to say it. It's regarding Caesar, but one of them. And this do the 12 wings signify, which thou sawest. As for the voice which thou heardest, and thou sawest not go out of from, and that thou sawest not to go out from the heads, but from the midst of the body thereof, this is the interpretation. That after the time of the kingdom, there shall arise great striving, and shall stand in perils of falling, like Rome. Nevertheless, it shall not fall then. Constantinople, the Christian, the compendium, all that Christendom. It says here, whereas let's see, that after the time of the kingdom there shall rise great strivings, and it shall stand in perils of falling. Nevertheless, it shall not fall then. It shall not then fall, but shall be restored again to his beginning. To his beginning. Now, I found that very interesting, family, because I have this book called here. Give me a second. I'm gonna upload him. No, this is it. I have this book here, and it talks about how the kingdom fell or would fall, but it would come back up again. Okay, so check this out. This is from, let me show you real quick. I suggest to get these books, fam. And then, you know, if you can read them at your perfect time, then perfect. Open Veins of Latin America, okay? So we talked about, Second Ezra talks about the kingdom will fall, but not completely. It will rise back up again, okay? So check this out. This is from that book. Check this out, page 38, okay? It says here. Let's start right here. Latin America, so as eagle. Okay, hold on a second. In the Portuguese crown was to have. Okay, I'll go here. Yet the crown's hypocrisy has smaller limits than the. Then, hold on. Sorry. My bad. I hope you guys can read it. I'm sure you guys can. It says, yet the crown's hypocrisy has smaller limits than the of the minds. Yet the crown's hypocrisy had smaller limits than the empire. It received a fifth of the value of the metals extracted in subjects in all of Spanish New World, as well as other taxes, and Portuguese crown was to have the same arrangement in 18th century Brazil. Okay? So keep that in mind. Now it says, Latin American silver and gold, as Engel put it, penetrated like a corrosive acid through all the pores of Europe's moribund feudal society. And for the belief of nascent mercantilist capitalism, the mining entrepreneurs turned Indians and black slaves into teeming external proletariat of the European economy. Remember the whole black slave part, okay? You guys heard my classes. So we'll leave it for now for what it is. Here's the important part. Greco-Roman slavery. Greco-Roman slavery was revived in a different world. You hear that? Greco-Roman slavery was revived in a different world. The same says here, page 79. Adam Smith said that one of the principal effects of the discovery of America has been to raise a mercantile system to the degree of splendor and glory which could never otherwise have attained to. According to Sergio Bagu, the most potent force for the accumulation of mercantile capital was slavery in the Americas. And this capital, in turn, became the foundation stone on which giant industrial capital of modern times was built. Here it goes. The New World revival of Greco-Roman slavery had miraculous qualities. And it says it right here. 2nd Ezra 12:18, that after the time of that kingdom, there shall arise great strivings, Roman, Greco, and it shall stand in perils of falling, which we see that it did. But through Constantine, they continued that whole Christian power. Nevertheless, it shall not then fall, but shall be restored again to his beginning. And that's what we see right here. That's my point. Okay? So now let's continue. Let's continue with that thought. So check this out. Somebody sent me this video, and you guys know what's going on. The war is no joke. They're at war. They're at war. Now, I didn't want to get too much into the whole Arabian, the wild men, the Arabias, but there's a reason behind this. Remember, Luke 21:24 talks about that until the time of the Gentiles be fulfilled. Okay? So let me read it real quick so we don't get off the topic here real quick. Luke 21:24 reads this. It says, and they shall fall by the edge of the sword. Here, hold on a second. Luke 21:24. Some will be killed by the sword, and others will be taken as prisoners to all countries. And then the heathen will trample over Jerusalem until their time is up. And the heathen will trample over Jerusalem. What does trample mean, family? Se van a tropezar, right? Trample meaning. But it has something else of a meaning here. It means tread on, crush, act, the sound of trampling. You see this? And the heathen will trample over Jerusalem until their time is up. Are they not forcefully moving brothers or people? Because you never know. Some of them Palestinians might be our people. Hold on a second. Okay? So as you can see now, the coming of the Son of Man. But again, I'm not going to get into the topic of that. That's not the point today. So let's listen in.
Hey, what's going on, Jason? Shalom, brother. Peace and love, peace and blessings. All praise to the Most High. He says, man, that's deep. Thank you. No, don't thank me, my brother. Thanks be to God. All thanks. I'm just a man. He says, can you get more into this subject? Absolutely. Specifically, Palestine's role and what's going on over there. Palestine's role is simple. God is using Palestine as a sword against Amalek. Remember the Bible said that God will war against Amalek. God has always used nations to war against nations to bring forth his judgment. We have to understand we are all subjects of wrath. Anything and everything that happens over in the Middle East against Israel is God's judgment. It is God's will. The Bible says that God is going to gather the Russians, the Chinese, and the Arabs against that place to lay it waste. We have to understand that Israel Amalek, which is the nation that was created, well, taken up by King Bulan. He inherited not inherited, but he took over the belief, and he added pagan ideologies. So one thing we have to understand is that Palestine, Iran, any and everybody that is against that place is God's weapons of war. God is going to use the Palestinians as he has done since 1948, since they got there, to war against them and to make it very, very uncomfortable. The Bible says that when the true Israelites get back over there, there will be no more war. They won't learn weaponry, okay? It will be complete peace. So the Palestinians, who are the Arabs, which is the house of Ishmael, are being used against them to keep them destabilized, to keep them uncomfortable, and to keep them unsafe. Now again, this is not hatred, but this is facts over feelings. Sorry, not sorry. Now you have to understand, there are people that are displaced and scattered across the earth to the four corners, which are the Hebrews, okay? The melanated brothers and sisters.
Ah, here goes the hijack. Oh my God! You know, it's so beautiful how lies, like just like true lies. You still think you guys are? You still think so, huh? I'm not even sweating it no more. Let's go.
Now, salvation is not only for them, but it goes through them, because in order to be saved by Jesus Christ, you have to know who the true Israelites are, and you have to accept it, and you have to share that truth. A lot of people won't do that. That's why Jeremiah chapter 51, the Lord said the Gentiles are cut off. What does he mean by that? He's talking about the Gentiles that refuse the salvation that he brought by way of the mouth of the apostles. So we got to understand that there are many more Gentiles that are going to fight against the truth, and there are minimal amounts that will accept it. So Palestine is being used as a weapon. Palestine will continue to be used as a weapon, because the Bible says Jerusalem shall be a cup of trembling to all the nations round about. Jerusalem today is a people. It's not the land, because that land over there is not the true geographical place of Israel. Jacob Rothschild paid for that. He knew that if he set his place over there, set the kingdom over there, it wouldn't even last. So it's not geographically correct, but it's geographically correct for God's judgment and the people.
Well, you got one thing right, that it's the people first before the land. Okay, so check this out. Let's explore what's going on here, because and that's no yoke. It's beautiful times, family. Beautiful times to be here. Let's go.
Secretary of State Antony Blinken is hesitant to lay any blame on Iran after its Hamas allies carried out an unprecedented attack on Israel.
Iran and Hamas have a long relationship. Hamas wouldn't be Hamas without the support it's had for many years from Iran. In this moment, we don't have anything that shows us that Iran was directly involved in this attack and in planning it and carrying out, but that's something we're looking at very carefully.
Blinken is also trying to make it clear none of the $6 billion in unfrozen funds back to Iran went to the terrorist organization.
Not a single cent has been spent from that account. Not a single dollar has been spent from that account. Not a single dollar from that account has actually been spent to date.
Meanwhile, the Wall Street Journal exclusively reporting that Iran helped plot the attack on Israel over several weeks. Former New York Congressman and gubernatorial candidate Lee Zeldin joins us live now. You know, Congressman, let's forget the $6 billion. Why is this administration coddling, supporting Iran, the world's largest state sponsor of terrorism?
Let's correct that. The world's sponsor of terrorism is this land here. It's these people. It's you guys. You guys have military stations all over the world. No other nation has that. That's called terrorists. You're terrorizing. It's like if you move right next to my home, a matter of fact, you move into my land, like my yard, but back there on the corner. And I don't want you there, but you're there. So let's clear that up. Now, listen to this. Hamas attack on Israel is largest attack on Jews since Nazi Germany. No, listen. This whole Nazi Germany, 6 million, 2 million, 1 million, man, that's debatable. One thing that's not debatable is the amount of hatred and disgust you all have towards our gente here in the Americas. Because it was your Jew, Stephen Miller, that passed these laws to separate our families at the borders. You Jews, so-called. Oh, poor me, we suffer so much. Yeah, but you passed laws to deport our people. You actually push media to call us illegal aliens. illegal immigrants, drug dealers, wetbacks. You guys own media. But yet, when it comes to you, it's okay. No. It's not okay. You're getting exactly what you deserve.
There's no good reason for it. You should not be coddling the largest state sponsor of terrorism, who calls the United States the Great Satan. They call Israel the Little Satan. They chant death to America. They develop intercontinental.
Well, they're not incorrect. You guys say you're Christians. Do you not know who Babylon is?
Ballistic missiles, ICBMs, intercontinental. That's not meant for Israel. That's meant for us. Now, while dealing with Iran's nuclear activity, which has long been part of the conversation here within the United States and also internationally, we also have to look at Iran's other bad behavior inside the region, overthrowing foreign governments, sponsoring terror.
Whoa. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Wait.
Hamas is an Iranian proxy.
No. Did you hear what he said? Listen to
now,
this.
While dealing with Iran's nuclear activity, which has long been part of the conversation here within the United States and also internationally, we also have to look at Iran's other bad behavior inside the region, overthrowing foreign governments, sponsoring terror. Hamas is an Iranian proxy. There's no way that Hamas carries out these attacks without support from Iran and a blessing from Iran. Now, if anyone wants to really be skeptical of this position, I would say just go to Iran's Supreme Leader's Twitter account. In his own words, with his own postings. This is something that they are actively involved with and encouraging with this operation. So,
is a white Anglo town, Europeans, right? Are you guys not saying you're going to invade Mexico? Is that not the same thing that's going on right now? See, these Amaleks, Khazarians, you guys forced yourself to this in this land. The Palestinians didn't welcome you guys in. Now, are they Gentiles? That guy is like, oh, they're all Ishmaelites. You can't say that. It's like saying, oh, all black people are Hebrews. That's stupid. Then who's Ham? Anyways. I don't want to get dust with the subject. Let's continue. Because, I'll lose my mind here.
It's very naive. And to answer your question, there's no good reason at all to do it if you want to protect American interests at home and abroad.
Lisa, Joey, I want to get your take on this. You've served in Congress. You understand the dynamics at play. None of this is severed from politics. We have presidential candidates weighing in, critiquing this administration. Obviously, you have your thoughts. We don't have a Speaker of the House right now. Obviously, much of this lands into the administration.
Politics at this point. I think it's funny. Let's see here. Remember, we saw this yesterday. Okay. And for all you guys that don't know this, Obama's baby's mama was the operative wetbag. Okay. He called it secure communities. That's what it was. I read this to you guys yesterday. You guys can read the article on your own. I'm just kind of going by real quick. We're 34 minutes in. Check this out. I like this sister. She did a video regarding deportation. Remember, this is the whole point. This is part two. Part two. Okay, let me remind you. What is it? What part two are we talking about? This part two right here. Okay. Where are you at? Oh, here it goes right here. This is part two. This is part two of this. The restoration of the Gringo's devastation. Now, what I mean is, this is what you guys have done to society as a whole. Wherever you go, all you do is leave traces of your debauchery. This is who you are. There's no denying it. So now, let's listen to what Operation Wetbag is and who is pushing this. Now, listen, family. Right now, they got the whole Republican, Democrats, all that whole, debate, whatever, presidential run. They're going to say, we're going to use the Eisenhower, the biggest deportation since Eisenhower. Oh, we're going to follow the Eisenhower way. Well, in a nutshell, it's dog whistle. What they're saying is that they're going to implement the Operation Wetback again. Make America great again. Make Operation Wetback great again. Let's go.
One operation began a whole campaign. Leading up to Election Day on November 8, 2016, much of the political talk revolved around immigration. Donald Trump's platform consisted of a campaign on the idea of building a wall between Mexico and the United States in order to gain more supporters. The conversation around immigration has been an ongoing one since the start of the country with Europeans, but after California and other states became part of the U.S., the conversation began to focus on those of Mexican descent. Over time, the conversation continued and gained support through different campaigns, with the biggest campaign against Mexicans being Operation Wetback, which strengthened the antagonization of Mexicans, an effect that can still be felt to this day. Operation Wetback was put into effect by President Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Dwight D. Eisenhower, okay? This is the sucker right here that they keep mentioning. D. Eisenhower, D. Eisenhower, D. Eisenhower. That's what they say. I'll show you real quick. Let's see where we at. Here, I'll show you real quick. The Eisenhower, the Eisenhower, the Eisenhower. Shut your face up. All right, watch this real quick. This guy right here, ridiculous. Anyways,
this woman is an anomaly.
Hold on a
Stop this
second.
Bazam.
The nerve of him, and they got a bunch of people from India crossing the border. Seriously, and he's. What are you gonna do? Deport them? Give me a second here. The border crisis. Eisenhower. There we go. Right there. All right, listen in.
Called Eisenhower Plan. I don't know where you stand on that, but that's one point I want to ask you. And the second point is the matter of deportation. Mr. Trump just spoke in Iowa last week, and he mentioned going back to the 1950s, the so-called Eisenhower Plan, which deported over 1 million illegal immigrants at the time. In your judgment, Vivek, besides remain in Mexico, should there be a deportation which deported over 1 million illegal immigrants at the time? In your judgment, Vivek, over 1 million illegal immigrants at the time. In your judgment, Vivek, besides remain in Mexico, should there be a deportation policy?
The answer to that is yes. And I've talked about Eisenhower quite a bit on the campaign trail. If we're a nation founded on the rule of law, we have to stand for the rule of law. And we can't look our kids in the eye and say, you have to follow the law, if the government itself does not follow the law either. So I think the only answer, Larry, is in a humane and as respectful of a manner, deport the family unit back to the country of origin when they are here illegally. I will never break apart families. I'm a pro-family person. But you have to take the family unit and return them back to the country of origin.
Keep in mind that his parents they were both not U.S. citizens when he was born here. So your mama and your daddy were not residents, meaning that if they committed a crime or, government didn't like them, they could kick them out. So the same anchor baby approach, you want to take off. So this man here is a hypocritical idiot. It's not even hypocritical, ignorant, fool, buffoon, an idiot. But then again, the devil's a liar. What are you going to do, right? Let's continue now. That's my point. Eisenhower. Let's not forget. I want you guys to understand what this whole politics stuff is. What are they talking about? What the hell is Eisenhower? Let's go.
Through different campaigns, with the biggest campaign against Mexicans being Operation Wetback, which strengthened the antagonization of Mexicans, an effect that can still be felt to this day. Operation Wetback was put into effect by President Dwight D. Eisenhower in May 16, 1954, in an effort to push back on illegal.
In 1954, in an effort to push back on illegal immigration. Okay, let's go.
Immigration to Mexicans. Under the control of General Joseph Swing, the American government and Mexican government cooperated to send Mexicans back to Mexico in large quantities as quickly as possible. Though they did deport those who were undocumented, they also...
Mexicans, keep going. We can't take care of our own. You still can't. Lazy bums.
also used it as a way to deport people who had documents to be in the U.S., both U.S. citizens and those in the Bracero program. This injustice was the first of many injustices, not only on the undocumented Latino population, but also one of the many racist pushbacks on all the Latino population. While Operation Wetback has increased the use of mass deportations by presidents and politicians to crack down on an increase in immigration by Latinos, It most importantly set up a campaign that increased fear of immigrants, specifically Mexicans, amongst American citizens that continues to grow to this day. The campaign began alongside another campaign called the Bracero Program. The Bracero Program was an arrangement between the U.S. government and the Mexican government that allowed for short-term migrations of Mexican contract laborers, known as braceros, to go in and out of the U.S. for work purposes. When arriving at the processing center to be allowed into the U.S., many were turned away for not meeting the requirements of being a healthy, young, able-bodied male. Those who were turned away still crossed the border illegally. This illegal immigration of being a healthy, young, able.
So all you so-called Hispanics, right? Raza, Mexicans, this is what they did to our brothers and sisters every single day. In 1917 is when our sisters said, I'm done with this. You know, like the whole Rosa Parks, right? That's where they got it from. Rosa Parks was planned, and they got it from our sister because our sister got mad. She's like, I'm not doing this fumigation crap anymore. They would take their clothes off, the women. They would check them like this, get them all naked, women too, and they would take pictures of them. The story was that sometimes you would find them in bars. Your moms, your grandmas, your sisters, your baby daughters. Remember, America is the number one promiscuous, the number one drug addict, and the number one pedophiliac in the entire world. Yes, you guys demand child trafficking. No other country demands it more than you here. Truth hurts. Facts tell, stories sell.
Able-bodied male. Those who were turned away still crossed the border illegally. This illegal immigration caused an increase in Border Patrol inspectors
Roundup
shifting
of
their
wet
focus
bags
towards
in
working
LA
at the
still on.
U.S.-Mexican border rather than in the north. So there had been many.
And it hasn't stopped, family. It hasn't stopped. Are they not going to round you guys up? Are they not saying it? We're going to round them up. Eisenhower. Just say it. We're going to do an Operation Wetback again. What are you Mexicans going to do? Huh? You're still going to try to celebrate 4th of July and say, oh my God, freedom, freedom for us. We're celebrating 4th of July. But Halloween's going to be so fun. Oh my God, I look forward to it. My neighbor, what's his name? Harvest. He's going to come over for dinner. Let's go.
Campaigns that attempted to regulate illegal Mexican immigration. Nothing came close to the campaign of Operation Wetback. Operation Wetback within a year had deported 1,089,583 Mexican people.
1,089,583 Mexican people. We were deported on trains, boats, buses, trains, planes, and automobiles.
Declaring it as a success not only in the government's eyes, the American people's eyes also. It was credited to virtually erasing Mexican wetbacks from the American scene. So the claiming of apprehending 1 million, quote, wetbacks marked Operation Wetback successful. The official numbers did not indicate this, and over time, the numbers continued to decrease. This was unknown to the American public, though, who continued to believe that the Mexicans were the problem of the country and continued to support the mass deportations. Many Americans believed that their lack of resources came from the fact that Mexicans, who had entered illegally, were taking their jobs. Yet, not only were undocumented people being deported, but even people who were citizens.
Oh, there goes this crack-a-lacka right here. She's like, 12 million out of work. Well, they deported a bunch of people. Well, they stopped the law was implemented in Florida. There's still jobs there, but you guys suck at it, and you don't want to work, and you want too many breaks, and smoke breaks too. Can't deal with that in construction. People need homes.
And document holding braceros. This goes to show that Americans wanting to deport Mexicans was more than just feeling threatened economically, but rather stemmed straight from hate and racism.
That's so funny. Sorry, guys, this thing is taking your jobs, but he doesn't look Mexican. Oh, wow, that's good. Let's go.
Sentiments towards
We're almost done.
Regardless of legal documentation. Americans not only wanted to deport Mexicans in order to create less competition in the workforce, they also did it believing that Mexicans were criminals. Operation Wetback was credited with decreasing the crime rate by 63% in cities such as Calexico. This fear of Mexican criminals
Thank you, bro. No, I was just saying that I agree with what you mean. That we are in the days of atonement, not in the day of atonement. We're in the days of atoning. We got to cleanse our ways. We're in a repenting stage. Like if you brothers and sisters are still dealing with, and I'm sorry, I'm just gonna cut it. I'm gonna say it straight. If you're dealing with anger, resentment, bitterness of any kind, you need to you need to examine yourself completely. I bring these things up. Yes, it bothers me, but it's food for. I feel their pain for my brothers and sisters, and it's strength for me. Their pain is strength for me, and because of that, I also have gained patience. There's nothing I can do, and I just have to let it to the Most High. Vengeance is His. But let's go.
Continues to grow as Trump's platform illustrates, but this fear stems from years of tension between American citizens.
Mexicans are bringing, this is what Trump said, Mexicans are bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some may be good people. So the majority, you guys are criminals, and some may be good people. And there's Raza that talks like that actually thinks that about you guys too. Your own gente. Unfortunately.
And those of Mexican descent. American citizens believe that Mexicans were at blame for the crime rate of their country. They believe that...
Hey, hold on a second. Damn right. No somos criminales, somos trabajadores, cabrones. Listen, fam, I've worked hard to get to where I'm at. And finally, you know, I have a little business going on. I created it. I didn't wait for someone to give me a job. I didn't want to go work. I figured I'm going to go apply somewhere and I'll get a 70, 80, whatever a year, maybe more, maybe a little less, but I'm still going to work for other people. Do I have to have the boss call me and say, hey man, come to work? No, I get up. I show up. So I'm like, wait a minute. If I show up, I might as well show up for myself. So now I work for myself. And that's what you guys should be doing. And that's why it says, no somos criminales, cabrones, somos trabajadores. Because even if I didn't have the experience I have, if I need to make money, bro, I'll sell paletas, bro. Straight up. I'll sell tortas ahogadas. I'll sell tamales. I'll tell my mom, hey, mom, you know what? Make some tamales. We're ready to go. You know what I mean? Like $3 a tamal. Start just slanging it. Yeah. No somos criminales. Somos trabajadores.
That by deporting them, their streets would be cleaner. Americans continue to correlate Mexicans to criminality, despite the fact that many other reasons for criminality can be...
And hey, by the way, this goes for you, bro. Immigrants are not criminals. You generalize. I'm just letting you know. I haven't called you not because of that. I've just been busy. But you generalize this. Not all immigrants are not all criminals, man. It's like not all black people had slaves. Not all white people had slaves either. Oh yeah, I'm gonna bring some of that back. I thought you guys must have thought I got softened because I don't want to teach with anger. I don't want to be angry. You know, I want to bring truth, but I don't want to be angry. Letting me all of a sudden doing some dumb stuff. Let's go. I'll shut up now.
To the unequal establishment of the United States. Operation Wetback was more than just a simple campaign. It allowed for the American government to establish a program based...
Tonight, he'll broaden his appeal to Hispanics. I will deport millions by emulating President Eisenhower's program, Operation Wetback. Man, I told you.
...on racist sentiments by the American people. Programs like this continue to foster these remarks and continue to separate racial groups, contributing to the hatred towards each other. Operation Wetback established that the American government has the possibility to deport a mass quantity of people without thinking twice about it. The effects of Operation Wetback can still be felt to this day, and there is no doubt that they will continue to be felt for many generations.
It was the Bracero program when you need us. Operation Wetback when you're done. You know, that's really painful. That's really painful, family. Because if you really think about it, you know, it's like the scriptures talk about, you know, the Most High is like, oh, Jerusalem, you whore. It's like we like to go to people to get used and abused, and then we like it. Like with Egypt. We remember the fish. We remember the cucumbers. We remember all of that. We had a bunch of stuff. Yeah, but did you forget that you were in slavery? Dumb. Got 10 more minutes, fam. And the reason why is because I got to go see my mom. My aunt is not doing well. I think she's in her last days, and she's going to Guadalajara. So I want to say goodbye. So let's talk about this real quick. I want this to sink in, fam.
Back in the White House, I will terminate every...
Check this out. Here it goes. I want it to sink in. This is what they're talking about. When you hear Eisenhower, they're talking Operation Wetback.
Back in the White House, I will terminate every open borders policy of the Biden administration and begin the largest deportation operation in American history.
Dude, I've been talking the whole time. So let me read this. Operation Wetback, the New Republic. The horrifying story of the program Donald Trump wants to emulate. So you see him, you see me, and you see you guys. When or if they implement this, I could get pulled over, and you guys could too. Yeah, I had it on mute, bro. My dummy. Every 4 years we talk about this. Then it says you're Actually, you know what? Let me see if I can read this. Okay, here goes. Trump has offered an actual plan of dealing with undocumented immigrants. Broad in outline, clear in intent. And this was through Stephen Miller. Yeah, that Khazarian fake Jew. I don't know why you're not over there. I wish you were over there so it could bomb you. But you deserve that. After what you did, you passed this law to separate thousands of children from their parents. He's been unwavering on what he intends to do. Deport approximately 11 million undocumented immigrants in America. Construct a wall along the Mexican border and block remittance payments sent by undocumented immigrants back to Mexico in order to force the Mexican government to pay for the wall. So now they're trying to do that to invade because they don't want to fight fentanyl. But little do they know that this remittance is a $1 billion industry. And these corporations, banks, money service businesses are not going to allow these idiots to implement those laws. So don't fall for that. And he has cited a genuinely scary historical precedent. On multiple occasions, Trump has praised Dwight Eisenhower's mass deportation effort, Operation Wetback. Although he's been careful not to mention its name, which was based on the slur used to refer to Mexican immigrants, not Puerto Ricans, not Cubans, not Salvadoreños, not Nicaraguenses, not Brazilians, not Dominican Republicans, not Haitians, no, Mexicans who would swim to the Rio Grande to cross over into Texas. Operation Wetback. So since we got only a few minutes left, I'm going to show you why they're really deporting a lot of you. Okay? I'm going to show you something real quick. Let me see if I can read this page, and then I'm going to show you a video, and then we're done. Page 49. Page 49. Where are you at? Page 49. Check this out. Notice the United States needs legal farm workers. The mayor of your town can arrange for your contracting. Warning. The era of the wetback and fire cutter has ended. From this day forward, any person found in the United States illegally will be punished by imprisonment. Were displayed in areas with high concentration of illegals. So there were signs. They were displayed in high concentration areas of illegals, or our people. The existing anti-immigrant media coverage also contributed to the swing's publicity campaign by fueling hostility against Mexicans and those who continue to hire them. Who runs the media? Khazars. Who runs the media? Hold on. Let me do it again. So then now, all of a sudden, when it comes to, this situation, then it becomes an issue. Yeah, a matter of fact, I'm gonna do this right now. Hold on, before I forget. I'm gonna show you two videos. Before I forget. Because let me see. I don't want to miss it. Because they say something interesting in this video. I think it's... Hold on, give me a second.
Because restaurant meals have...
Okay, is it here? Well... Okay, so what I wanted to share was... I don't want to forget, so I'll say it now. One of the Palestinians was saying that media has it all incorrect. Whenever something happens to the Israelis or fake Jews, there's an uproar. But these Israelis been bombing Palestinians forever, and they weren't saying anything. So the same thing is going on here, right? You guys are over here saying, "Oh, poor us," but you pushed media. You're media Mongols. So it was your publicity stunts that fueled the hostility against our people. But you're supposedly the people of the Bible? You suffered so much? Scarce tactics were nothing new to the immigration services who had successfully utilized them, meaning the media, during the earlier repatriation efforts in 1930. So it happened in 1954, in 1930, and in 1964. The second purpose for advanced media campaign was to give the American public and the undocumented worker the impression that the Border Patrol was a massive and all-powerful agency. Who holds media? Khazarian Jews. It was you guys that publicized this. You guys are the two heads. There's three of them total, but you are the two heads. Y'all know what I'm talking about. The organization deliberately kept, there's one of the two heads. The organization deliberately kept the size of their force a secret and led the media to believe that they were an invading army. Are they not doing that again? Capable of casting out the wetbacks from the American territory. It was the media's overestimation for their size that had the greatest effect on the mass departure of Mexicans during the early stages of Operation Wetback. This was you. The next class is I'm going to talk about Stephen Miller. Exactly. We're going to end it right here. Okay. And now let me look at the video that I'm trying to show y'all. Let me see something. Hold on, okay? Give me a second, family. I'm just trying to find this real quick. It's a video that I had. A second. If I can't find it. Okay, here it goes. I know where it's at. All right, okay, let me do it real quick and then I will finish it off. I gave you guys a link to this page, this book. Let me give it to you guys again. Here it goes right here. All right, let me go to the history. Here it goes right here. So, you know why they want to get rid of y'all? Do you know why the deportation and Operation Wetbag and Operation Wetbag officially began in June 10, 1954? And Harlan Carter, who was the chief border patrol, was given the task of designing the operation and overseeing the progress in the field. Carter's first decision was to bring in 500 extra patrolmen from other regions and to center the operation in both McAllen, Texas, Los Angeles, California, which had the highest concentration of undocumented workers. The operation was scheduled to begin in California and Arizona. On June 10, 1954, the day after Herbert Brownell announced his deportation plans to the public, the first active steps of the program were implemented in California. On that day, roadblocks were set up along the border areas, highways to prevent Mexican immigrants from fleeing northward. In addition, the Border Patrol increased train inspections and concentrated their efforts in areas that experienced a high density of quote, illegal traffic. These tactics were responsible for close to 11,000 arrests in first stage of the operation alone. On that first active day, June 10, 1954, 2,000 arrests were made and 28 Greyhound buses transported undocumented workers to Nogales, Arizona, before deporting them to the interior of Mexico. It was Joseph Swing's hope that relocating them in central Mexico would prevent them from re-entering the United States. Operation Wetback in Arizona was never as intensive as in California program. So you guys can see it now. Why do you think they want to get rid of y'all? Here's why. We knew about this already. We knew about this already. But I think now it's time to really, really touch on it. And I'll praise to the Most High, man. Pay attention, family, because we're done. All right, let's go. And then I'm going to play a song, and then that's it.
There is a real play. The world's changing, John. And we're going to be, the fact is, we're going to be very shortly a minority white European country.
Right.
And sometimes my colleagues don't speak enough to make it clear that that's not going to change how we operate. That's not going to change them.
You focused on delivering economic benefits to some of those voters who are afraid of change.
It's not so much the economic benefits, it's treating them with respect.
Hear that? He says it's just we're, it's because us white people, we're diminishing. So I just want to give some money to the poor white folks that are shrinking. Yeah, you guys, you're the minority. You've always been the minority, but now you're gonna accept it. And this goes to you Africans too, because I know you guys like to mess with our people that's selling in the streets, right? We are the highest population in this continent, in this land here. There's no one more. There's more of us than blacks and whites and every other nation. You better put some respect on that shit.
Treating them with respect. There is a real play. The world's changing, John. And we're going to be, the fact is, we're going to be very shortly a minority white European country.
Right.
And sometimes my colleagues don't speak enough to make it clear that that's not going to change how we operate. That's not going to change them.
You focused on delivering economic benefits to some of those voters who are afraid of change.
It's not so much the economic benefits, it's treating them with respect. Treating them with respect.
Oh, oh my God, dude, I love it. Oh yeah, that's great. Anyways, family, I appreciate y'all, man. Remember, it's 1 hour tomorrow, or the following day we'll do the other class. I'm gonna start on with Stephen Punk-ass Miller. Okay, I hate this dude. I dislike him. I don't want to say hate. I dislike what he's done. I mean, I hate what he's done. I hate what he's done. You know what I mean? Let's not stop it. Anyways, appreciate you guys being here. Lord willing, you guys take care of yourselves. And you know how I ended, man. I'm gonna play a good song for y'all. I'm gonna play a very powerful song. Actually, nah. I'm gonna play something that I like. I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but I like like Gypsy King type of music. This is not Gypsy King, but it's in that genre. And this that kid that I like listening to. He sings, he raps reggae, but he's a Romani, okay, or a gypsy, well, for family gypsies. All right. So you guys take care. Appreciate you guys being here. Shalom, brother Rick. Hope you do well, bro. And let me go ahead and let's see this right here. I think you guys will like this one. Okay. All right, man. Shalom. Take care, guys.
Yeah, man, real. This is the music out there forever, never, never. This is Q in the studio. Q Nego on the microphone. Sergio Maya on the guitar. Bless you for the world, I write them. Take reggae music soul, yeah. In the Babylon, Lord, Lord, Lord.
Como el sol lo hace en el mar, se mantiene encendida como luz de mi cantar. Son promesas prohibidas las que me van a dañar, pues mintiendo algún día todo se puede acabar. Y entonces, ¿qué queda de verdad? Mil voces que nos hablan de humildad, después de tanto tiempo con heridas en el alma, vendí mi soledad para por fin hallar la calma. Bendito todo aquel que con amor destruye el arma del humano radical que de mentira llena el karma. Aquí sigo yo cantando, bailando y sabiendo qué debo de hacer. Aquí sigo yo llorando y riendo por dentro a la misma vez. Aquí sigo yo cantando, bailando y sabiendo qué debo de hacer. Aquí sigo yo llorando y riendo por dentro a la misma vez. A la misma vez. Black sound, black woman, black sound. Y perdición se llevan al malo por malvada intención. Que todas tus noches se llenen con mi canción, de gritos al alba y desnuda situación. Habla con el tiempo y dile que lo ves pasar, que todos los momentos los debes de recordar. Sean buenos, sean malos, todo tuvo que llegar, mas nunca hubo tiempo que debiera malgastar.
Alright, this is the music out there, my family. Original and fresh, forever and ever. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah. Babylon, Babylon. More fire. Sing it again. Siempre fieles a lo nuestro. Música del alma. From
woman, kill my brother. Alright.
Ical, hijo, abre los ojos. Tu cuerpo se queda con nosotros, pero tu espíritu debe seguir. Busca la luz. Aléjate de las sombras. Deja que nuestro dolor sea tu fuerza. Desde aquí iluminamos tu camino. Lucha como nosotros ante esta pena tan grande. Yo soy tú. Tú eres yo. La muerte que hoy nos separa, mañana volverá a unirnos. Eres libre, hijo.